In a famous hadith, Prophet Muhammad says, "Exchange gifts and love one another." But does every gift truly signify love or appreciation, especially in today's world? Today's story answers these questions and contains a valuable lesson for all of you, my Phobia family. That's why I hope you'll stick around until the end. This is the story of a man who endured unimaginable suffering because of a gift, narrated by his sister, who witnessed it all. Today I'm here to share my brother Majid's nightmare, a haunting story that none of us will ever forget. I was a witness to every moment of his torment. These memories are etched into my mind, and today I'm sharing them with you so you can understand what happened and take away the lesson. It all started the day my brother Majid reconciled with an old friend. They had been estranged for years because of a failed business venture they had started together. When the business collapsed, they blamed each other, despite their long-standing friendship. Over time, the issue faded into the background, and Majid was stunned one day when his old friend called him, wanting to make amends. On the call, he said,
"Life is too short, my friend. There's no point in holding grudges. What's done is done. Let's turn the page and start anew."
Majid, who had once valued this friend greatly, was overjoyed by the prospect of rekindling their bond. They agreed to meet once his friend returned from Turkey, where he had been traveling. When they finally met, Majid was surprised to receive a gift from his friend, a silver ring with a large, peculiar gemstone. Its design was eerie, almost unsettling. But Majid didn't give it much thought. Instead, he was thrilled about the reunion and grateful for the gift. He immediately slipped the ring onto his finger. However, the moment he put it on, he felt something strange, a warmth spreading through his hand. He dismissed it as nothing, but that moment marked the beginning of the events that would upend our lives. A few nights later, Majid started screaming in his sleep. I would wake up to his muffled cries in the middle of the night. His face was contorted in fear, and his expression one of sheer terror. When I tried to wake him, he struggled to speak, as if something was choking him, and no words could escape his lips. This became a nightly occurrence. I watched my brother deteriorate, consumed by fear as I stood helpless, unable to alleviate his suffering. The situation worsened quickly. One night I found him sitting silently in the bathroom, staring blankly ahead, as though he was no longer present in our world. That's when we realized something was deeply wrong. My father decided to take Majid to a trusted spiritual healer, feeling that the situation was beyond our understanding. My father shared everything with the healer, including the ring Majid had received from his friend. The moment the healer laid eyes on the ring, his expression changed. His face turned grave, and his eyes widened. He said, "The problem lies entirely in this ring. It's been cursed with black magic." His words hit us like a thunderbolt. We knew we had to act fast. The healer began reciting Quranic verses over Majid and the ring. What happened next shook us to our core. As the healer recited, the gemstone on the ring began to change color, glowing a fiery red. Suddenly, we saw an eye appearing within the stone, a glaring, malevolent eye that seemed to watch us with pure hatred. The atmosphere in our home grew unbearably heavy, and fear was etched onto everyone's faces, including the healer. Majid began screaming in agony, his cries echoing throughout the house. The pain was so intense that I could hear it even from another room where I was reciting the Quran. It felt as if the curse, or the entities behind it, were fighting tooth and nail to remain within him. Those moments stretched endlessly, filled with terror and helplessness as we watched Majid suffer. After the spiritual cleansing ended, Majid's face was left distorted, as if he had been struck with a force that had twisted his features. His appearance was unsettling, and his spirit seemed broken. From that day on, Majid could no longer sleep alone. He constantly felt as if something was watching him from the shadows. Fear became his constant companion, and our nights turned into endless vigils of anxiety and unease. As for the friend who had given him the ring, he vanished without a trace. It was as if he had completed his mission and disappeared. Majid's life, however, was forever changed. The lively, optimistic person we once knew was gone, replaced by a shell of a man, haunted and subdued by the horrors he had endured. I'm sharing this story with you as a warning. Not every gift comes from a place of goodwill. Even in the strongest relationships, whether friendships or family bonds, one must remain cautious. You never know what hidden intentions may lie behind seemingly kind gestures. And with that, our story ends. I hope you've taken something valuable from it and found it both thought-provoking and chilling. Have any of you experienced anything similar? Have you ever received a gift that turned your life upside down? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Before I leave you, I want to share something I often reflect on. You should know that even a snake hugs its prey before devouring it. Does that embrace mean the snake loves or feels compassion for its prey? Of course not. That's why you should always be cautious and, more importantly, accept human weakness. Humans are fragile, and time changes even the hardest stone. Do you think humans are immune to that? Of course not. Today I may be your friend and confidant, but tomorrow, only God knows. I could become your enemy. That's life. The unpredictable nature of humanity, with its ups and downs except for those whom God protects. The only way to truly protect yourself is by accepting human nature. When you embrace this truth, you'll never love too much or give more than you should. Because when anything exceeds its limit, it inevitably backfires. Being overly kind is no different from being overly cruel. They both stem from the same source, weakness. So never forget, even a snake hugs its prey. This was Phobia. Until next time, take care.